alaikum and welcome back to Elsutra Essential. My name is Balkisa Aliyu. If you are new here, you are highly welcome, and if you have been part of the family, thank you so much for always tuning in to watch my videos. And in today's video is another collaboration with my two content creators, sisters and friends. So today we are going to be talking about, can you guess what? So the topic is going to be body shaming, because body shaming has been a topic of discussion among the women, peers, groups, society, I would say, because it has been an emotional topic for women, because this is a topic that low our self-esteem. So without further ado, let me introduce my first sister that is going to be talking about what body shaming is and what her little experience with body shaming is. So let's hear out from Firdausi what she's going to say about body shaming.
Hi everyone, I am FMG and it's such a pleasure to be here. Please, we would love to know your body shaming experiences and your thoughts on how this whole body shaming can be eradicated. Before I start this video, when I was researching fully about body shaming, I came across this quote that really spoke to me. So I want to share the quote with you guys. Be proud of who you are and not ashamed of how someone else sees you. At the end of the day, it is only you that can love you, and it is only you that can come through for you. So now I am going to say some few things before I tell you what body shaming is. So first of all, we all have our personal insecurities, whether we deal with it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not, whether we know it or not, we all have our personal insecurities. And that personal insecurities can be about your weight, about your job, or about your family. It can be anything, honestly. So what makes our insecurities worse is when other people take advantage of them, when other people capitalize on our insecurities to belittle us, to mock us, and to just make us feel worthless. And when people try to take advantage of their insecurities, it actually leads, for some, it leads to depression, social anxiety, fear, anger, low self-esteem, low self-worth. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, I am going to tell you what body shaming is. And for this, I had to do my research to know exactly what body shaming is. So this is what the dictionary says about body shaming. I'm going to read it straight from my phone. Body shaming is the act or practice of humiliating a person based on their body type by making critical and mocking statements about their body shape and size. So that is mainly what body shaming is.
So thank you, Firdausi, for elaborating and for explaining what body shaming is. And what I wanted to talk about now is, how do we know that we have been body shamed? Like, what kind of words people use to body shame you? Like, have you lost weight? You're looking good, you know? So you just ask yourself, was I not looking good before? Are you pregnant? So that means they're emphasizing that you have gained weight or you have looked a different way. Also, people will ask, for example, a skinny person, like you need more bones, you need more meat on those bones. They will also tell you that don't lose too much weight, you will disappear. I have had a lot of them. And sometimes you'll have a say like, real women have real cups, like or sometimes I think you just need to eat more or less, or I think you need to be on a diet, or I think you need to be doing some exercise, or just, you know, inside some unsolicited advice there. So it's just different ways that people attack you about your body or about how you look. For some people, it's more like they didn't even realize how hurtful it is to you, and then they just say what they feel like saying from their mouth without actually thinking about, if they were in your shoes, what would they have done about it, or what could they have done about, even if it wasn't you, what kind of advice would they give you that could work? because the thing is, when we talk about body shaming, we don't even think about the person, like what is his struggle, like what is he going through, because you don't know if someone is already going through a lot of emotions about their looks or their weight.
Hi everyone, my name is Jamila Dora. I'm so happy to be here on Elsutra's Essential page. She just switched her name, so I'm still getting used to the essentials part. It used to be kitchen, but anyways, I'm so happy to be here to talk about something that I am so passionate about. Body shaming has become a menace in the society. It is something that people are gradually converting into something that people should accept. When people say mean things to you or say things about you, that you should just, they don't mean it. They just casually, sweep it aside and sweep it under the carpet. But we need to start talking about it. We need to start sensitizing people that those lucid comments, those compliments, those lucid comments that they pass off to other people really affects them negatively, and not just negatively, very, very deeply.
So with that being said, let's talk about the shame or the shamer. Who is to blame and why? When it comes to talking about the shame or the shamer, I believe in my own sense, I will always say the shamer is to blame, because the shamer is always the one looking at you, commenting and making ridiculous kind of comments that are not necessarily needed. Because if someone, let's say for example, I will use myself as an example. I know some people may not agree that I may go through body shaming, but I have been going through body shaming, and I still go through body shaming, because my first experience with body shaming was all the way like when I was younger. I was literally a baby, because I was about 7 to 8 years old. I could remember one of my grandma cousin, so also called her our grandma, and she made a comment. I woke up from sleep. She was in our house. I woke up from sleep and I was about to go shower. As I was taking off my clothes, she made a comment about, she said to my mom that wannan yarinyan wai ko sai an hada da mota da gida da mota, something. She made a comment like, if you don't understand Hausa, that if I am getting married or if a man is gonna take me, that my mom will have to give him a car and a house. Like, imagine that. I still have that in my brain. I still have that voice. I still think about that. Like, sometimes when people are talking about body shaming, that comment still comes back to me. My second experience, that at that time I didn't even know what it means. Like, I didn't even know what she did to me. But my second time experiencing body shaming was when I was in high school, and I had this girl. She kept picking on me. Actually, more of it is more like bullying. She was bullying me the whole time. And the thing is, we were in high school and we were around 14-15 years of age. At that time, we were just really very young. But even at that point in time, she was a plus size, and I think it's just her insecurity telling her that if she bullied me, that she's gonna look better than me, that she's gonna have more confidence and have more power over me. I don't know why she picked me, because there were so many skinny girls just like me, but I was just the victim. Each time we met, she will hold my hand and she will joke about how she can just break me. Like, she can, by holding my hand, she can just break my hand. And she will joke about if there is a strong wind coming, that the wind may take me away because I am so thin and skinny, and she'll be like, oh, watch out to find something you can hold when there is so much wind. And people will just occasionally laughed about it. And it hurt so bad until I was able to stand up for myself, and I fought her with my words, because I told her everything that she wasn't expecting to hear. I told her about herself. I told her that it was her insecurities because she was 4 times bigger than me, and she felt like maybe she can just bully me and pick on me. And from that day, she never spoke to me until after I think we graduated also. And then just recently, recently, I think it was early this year or last year, that a friend of mine says to me, the reason why it hurts a little bit for this one is because she said it in public. Like, there were so many people sitting there. If it was just me and her, I wouldn't mind, or I wouldn't even feel like body shaming. But the fact that she said to me that kin kankance ne ko kin bushe, like saying like I look dry or small or something, like, it's just I have forgiven her for this, but I still, like, it's something that touches your heart. It's something that touches your heart. And another one was when I went back home, and this lady, she's our neighbors, and I just went into their house to just say hi, and she just went like, ke dan zuwa America nan ma da ake yi mutane su dan yi kiba su dan yi bulbul ke haka kika dawo as you went. So she was saying that people travel abroad, go abroad, come back and looking more fresh and chubby, but I still look the same. And sometimes in those kind of comments, you have no words, because you have to think about what to say to that person, because I just don't understand why it is necessary, why we don't overlook physical appearance of people, why we don't overlook just the looks and just focus on the inner piece of that person. Is that person a good person? Do you even care or not? Has he changed internally, emotionally? You just thinking about the physical changes? Does it even matter? Because what can you do about it? Nothing. So I just don't know. I just don't understand. So the shamer, I always blame the shamer. I mentioned all this example about myself because I had to blame the shamer for shaming, because you have no right whatsoever, even if it is bullying or picking on someone, you have no right whatsoever to just pick on someone and just bully them just because they look a certain way. You are not their creator. You are not perfect yourself. Why do you expect everybody to be perfect? And why do we let people or the society give us that kind of pressure, to make us look like if we are perfect, like we are not human beings? To the sense that, just as Firdausi mentioned about how much you will have anxiety, at some point in life you will become depressed, and before you know it, you will start isolating yourself from people. You will start isolating yourself to even be in public, because everywhere you go, people are attacking you and talking about your physical appearances. So I just don't see the necessity for this kind of comment.
I experienced my first body shaming compliment or insult when I had my daughter, and that kind of drew me into a very deep thought that a lot of times after that statement, I would see myself in the mirror and I would just be picturing the image that person said to me instead of actually looking at myself. And that really ate me deep and, ate my life away for a very long time before I came to the realization that this is not me, this is not who I am, that I'm not the problem, that person's mind is the problem. I soon realized that I needed to move on with my life and get out of that depressive state that was affecting my productivity, that was affecting my life and my confidence. And it is easier to say that go see a psychologist, go see a therapist, a counselor, and talk to them about it. But no matter what it is all these people say, if you're not ready to make that mindset change, chances are that you would never be able to overcome the effects of body shaming.
To me personally, based on my own experiences, what body shaming is to me is that body shaming is a form of bullying, whether people accept it or not. And people fail to realize that image and appearance are sensitive subject matter. Like, people shouldn't be talking about this, not to you, not behind your back, not to anyone. Like, you don't talk about people's appearances and image. I feel like it is wrong, and that is a huge part of body shaming. And people fail to realize that body shaming can negatively affect our mental health.
So now I'm going to be giving it up to Jamila, Idol Lifestyle, to tell us more about how to overcome body shaming.
As a society, from the part of the shamer, I think we need to just learn to be more conscious about the things we say to people. Passing of politically correct statement does not really mean it is right. You know, you are hurting people more than you think. But when it comes to the individual that is being affected, that is being body shamed, I think a lot of mindset change is the first and cheapest way to go about this and overcome the effects of being body shamed. You need to begin to look at yourself inwardly and begin to love and connect to your deeper self. Until you start doing that, nothing else you would do would work. And I say this because a lot of times there is that placebo effect. I would work out, I would diet, I would do all the fancy stuff, but my mind was still very stuck in a place that it should not be. And I came to that realization when I became even overly less productive in my everyday life. I would wake up and I don't want to do anything. I just want to sleep. I just don't want life, basically, is what it is. But I knew I was more. I knew I was more to what people see from me, see about me, and think of me. And I started to reconnect to myself. I started to journal. That is one thing that helped me a lot. I started to journal and, you know, reminisce, go back in time and in days where I used to do different activities. I used to do things that I don't do today. And the more I did that, I would find myself smiling. I would find myself wanting to watch an old movie. I would find myself wanting to dress a certain way from the past, from my past, you know. And the more I did this, I started to uncover a lot of things about me. And thereon, every other thing that I set out to do became easier to achieve. The aspect of, if you know, for instance, if it's weight issue that you're being body shamed about, you know that you have to start investing in ways you can, you know, make those changes for you, not for the other person, not because something was said about you. Because when you think about it, you'd understand that you're doing it. The person that would benefit largely from living a better lifestyle would be you, not the other person. Once you make that mindset change, every other thing is going to make sense and align and become easier for you to achieve. There is the cheapest thing, like I said, is the mind, is your mind. And every other thing might not come easily, might not come cheaper. Once that mindset change is set in stone, your lifestyle is going to follow naturally. You're going to see yourself indulging in things that you normally would not. It's going to mean that you want to eat certain way, because in short, you even start to look certain way, because the beauty is just going to radiate from the inside and it's going to be on your face. It's going to be there and you'll just be happy. You'll feel light. You feel very light, because we feel so burdened by the things people say about us, and that is the biggest weight that we carry. It is not the weight of our body, it is the weight of the words that people say to us that stays in our mind, and they become so heavy on our shoulder, and you know, that begins to pull you back, weigh you down, and you can't even do anything at all. That is it. So once you understand that mindset change, you get rid of all those things that people have said to you, you forget them, you begin to adopt a better lifestyle and, you know, maintain that lifestyle, whether it is about your skin, whether it is about your weight, whether it is about the way God created you. If God created you a certain way and you feel like there is something that you can do about it, you can seek for help, seek for guidance about that before you even make any decision. Keep positive energy around you. People that you know have the tendency to say bad stuff to you, bad things to you, keep them at arm's length. You don't have to be in their face. You don't have to be in the same room as they are. You do not have to even relate with them as you used to, just because for your mental space, for your positive energy, you don't want to be around the people that only see negative. I hope with these few points you're able to understand that Being body shamed has nothing to do with you. It's a reflection of the person that is saying those things to you. It says a lot about them more than it does about you. Thank you all so much for having me, and I hope to come back next time if you also wish.
Okay, thank you so much, Jamila, for explaining how to overcome body shaming. And to be reading a quote for you that says, body confidence doesn't come from trying to achieve the perfect body. It comes from embracing the one you already got. And I am going to read another quote that is going to back this one up. It says, it doesn't matter how good you look, someone will always find something to criticize about you. So you see, no matter how you are, no matter how perfect you even think you're going to be or you achieve, someone somewhere will always find something to criticize about you. Someone must say something, because people cannot just zip it. And also, I want to add about what Islam taught us about we need to appreciate our appearances, because that is what God has given us. And He made us just the way He wants us to look. This is what Islam teaches us. And also, Islam has also teaches us that we shouldn't just focus on our physical appearances. Deen over dunya, right? So why do we need to focus and put so much pressure on our women especially? Because I have seen many, or I have heard of many stories of men that bullies or body shame their wives as well. You don't expect a mother or a lady who has given birth to 4, 5, 6 or multiple children, and you expect her body to look the same, or you expect her to have the same perfect body. Please, let's be kind. It's enough. Say enough to body shame. It out to you is some positive affirmation, because we all need to remind ourselves that we are wonderful people deep inside, and you need to be looking in the mirror and tell yourself what good and what part of yourself you like the most. Don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive, focus on what you can control. Focus on what you like, what you love about yourself. Free your mind. So when negative thoughts comes to your mind or they pop up to your mind, accept them and recognize that they are only thoughts. Don't judge yourself. Just observe your thoughts and let them go. And if there is any social, club, media, cycle of friends or family that are bullying you or are picking on you or are body shaming you, try to distance yourself from them. They are not worth it. Nobody is worth your happiness. Nobody is worth making you emotional or making you feel anxious or making you depressed or making you to go in isolation because they feel they are built better than you or more than you. Please just walk away. Don't let anyone take your happiness away from you, because you are in control. You can control who to be with, who to listen to, and who not to be with. You are in control. If there is need, as Jamila mentioned, seek for help. Seek for help. Ask the people that you know that they are not going to make it worse than what it is. Tell yourself that you don't need to change for anyone, but for yourself. Tell yourself you are beautiful, you are strong, and you are enough. Tell yourself that every single time, morning, evening, and night, and you will gain your confidence back, and you will stand up to yourself, and you will stand to others. When someone bully them or body shame them and they have no voice or words to respond, stand up for them. Tell the bullier to back up, to hold up their comments, that their comments are not needed. Everybody is beautiful, just the way Allah created us. You are enough. If no one tells you that today, I tell you that today. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are smart. You are brave. And you are enough. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you for joining us on this video. If you have a body shaming story that you want me to feature on this channel, I will be collecting some body shaming stories. If you like to be part of the storytelling, join me, DM me on my Instagram. I'm going to be putting the handle here. It's still as Elsutra's Kitchen. You can DM me and tell me your story, and let's see how we can feature your story on this channel. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a good one. Assalamu alaikum.